Christina.
And I'm Christine. Welcome to Stereo Thematica.
Music is the heartbeat of our lives and the connective tissue of our friendship. Christine and I met at work in LA, but when I moved to Texas, we started a weekly challenge. Pick a song that fits a chosen theme.
This game opened us to new perspectives on each other and deepened our understanding of the songs that shape our lives. Each week, we recreate the magic of our song exchange on a broader scale.
We'll dissect our picks, share personal anecdotes, get into some music trivia, and spotlight transformative tracks you won't always find on the Billboard Hot 100.
We've made it to our 7th episode. Lucky 7, maybe, hopefully. Supposedly, most podcasts, not ours, experience what's known as pod fade after about the 7th episode. So if we make it to our next episode, we'll be good forever. What do you say about that?
Wait. What is
Okay.
pod fade?
Basically, when you hit the 8th, or a lot of podcasts, many, maybe even most, don't make it to their 8th episode
Oh,
because
wow.
they get, people get excited, start recording things, but they don't have the content. Now, we have endless amounts of, are truly, I think, we'll be good, at least for a year. I can say that.
That is true. Should we let people in on our little secrets?
Yeah. Do you want to
Okay.
share
Well, the
that?
first thing is, I think so we definitely started the game in April of 2024. And today we're recording it's December 22nd. So that means that we have, what is that? 8 months almost of 8 months, 8 times 4, can't do math, don't care. That many weeks of themes. And, the fun thing is, I think about that is we started playing this game in earnest, and it wasn't until I don't know, 5 or 6 months in that we were like, let's do a podcast.
Yeah, no, I know. There's this part of me that is thinking that when you asked me if I wanted to do a podcast that you thought I would have said no. Like, what are you talking about? You know me. This is the last thing I want to do. But I was like, okay, let's do it. Did that surprise you at all?
No, I knew you wanted to.
Really?
I know
Wow.
you. I know you very well. But I think the biggest thing was convincing you that you could talk on mic and be recorded, just because I'm a lot more extroverted than you are.
Yeah, and I don't like to listen to my voice ever. I won't I just avoid it at all costs.
It's very upsetting. I think most people, yeah, they don't like to hear.
No, I get it. I'm getting over that.
I think the fun thing is, so speaking of pod fade, it's the end of the year. We're both going to take some time off from work and take our break, but I think it'll be nice to reconnect in the new year. And so I guess if you've made it this far, listener, please know that if we haven't weighed in on any current events or anything like that, it's because we are recording in December of 2024 and not present day. What if something really
Yeah.
crazy happens in the time between our recording and when this is released?
I think we have to then just do away with the whole thing and move to Spain.
Oh, I'm in. Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, we'll deal with that. Hopefully not. Hopefully everything's going to be wonderful in 25. I have high hopes.
Wow.
I
Somebody
should
lives
say
in California.
I have high delusions. Let's say that.
Yeah, there we go. That's good.
But no, we have music to get us through. I think that's going to be very helpful. So shall we get started here?
Let's get started. I want to know. Let's talk about this theme, Christine.
Okay. So, somewhat early in the game, I thought this theme would be a good way to see how much we know each other's tastes. We'd been talking about music from the beginning of our friendship. I think we became friends in 2022 or April of 2022.
Yeah.
And I think immediately we started talking about music.
Pretty soon after we started talking about not just work stuff, I think both realized, oh, this person likes music. And then it kind of became I think at first I realized you liked eclectic music, and I appreciated that.
But no, you were talking about, I think this really intrigued me. You were a part of a music competition. What's that about?
So that is a more recent development. I think in 2023, I started playing this game called Music League, so Music League is this game where one person picks a theme, or at least the way that I've played it, somebody picks a theme and then people pick songs to go along with that theme. But the difference is you then vote, and unfortunately, I'm extremely competitive. So there were times when playing Music League with my friends, not strangers, I would get way too into it and be talking about it with my partner and, like, going a little bit overboard. But my segue to this is that for one of the rounds, I won because it was, like, song that's new to you this year, but not a new song. And I picked Boz Metzdorf, "Sails Across the Sea."
And I remember because you shared that with me, and I was completely mesmerized by it. I think I um, immediately like bought the vinyl because I was just like so excited. It's a part of this compilation, Sad About the Times, and I think that we both have the album,
Well, thank
the
you because you
vinyl.
gifted it
Yes.
to me.
And no, I gifted you my copy, and then I
Oh, that's
bought
right.
my own because I wanted you to have it before you left, and then I got a replacement. It's really beautiful.
Definitely.
But so this album, it was released in 2019 on the Anthology label, and interestingly, and we'll get to the connections, but Anthology is the reissue arm of the Mexican Summer label.
Hmm,
And I know you like Wise Blood.
yeah.
I'm not sure about Drug Dealer, but both Wise Blood and Drug Dealer are on that label. And again, this will be relevant in a second. But this album is it's so every song is like just enjoy your life, get on a boat, just listen to music and don't do anything else. And I think
Love.
that's why the vinyl is so nice because
Mhm.
you it's not like, oh, this is my favorite track, but together every song is just it's such a vibe, the whole thing. And so like just lie down, listen to music. But what I love, so like you pay attention to liner notes, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, especially when I was at the radio station, I would have to, like, read every new album that would come into the new bin if I was gonna review it to kinda get a sense of it, but as a appreciating adult, it just kinda helps you get a sense of, like, who is putting their heart and soul into this
Yeah,
recording, you know?
exactly. And there's like 21 obscure songs from the 70s, and it's curated by Australian Mikey Young from the post-punk Australian band Total Control and Keith Abramson. But in the liner notes on the album, there's a note from Mikey to a mysterious artist they were trying to include who must have refused to be a part of the album. But it's just it's such a great note about showing how much he cares. He had like so much passion for the music, for the song, and care for what they're doing and their love of music. And it was just really touching to see that.
Hmm,
And it was cute because it's handwritten.
yeah.
So a nice little touch for a very cool album, but slightly depressing too. I mean, it's weird because it makes you feel good, but it's kind of like also you feel very languid listening to it.
Ocean liner on a seaweed breeze. Blow away the man, he's taken leave. He's not responsible.
So when I heard the song, I did realize, I have to say, that your tastes were much more nuanced than that I had
Hmm,
imagined.
hmm.
Not that I didn't think they were I didn't think that before, but I think this really sealed the deal.
I
Yeah,
am curious
sorry.
what you thought my taste in music was
I
before that.
before that, I was thinking more like traditional indie music, like
Oh,
from
okay.
yeah, I mean, you would have to agree that there is a part of that, but you do have quite a range as you
Mhm.
should, especially as a DJ. But no, this song was like, oh, this is really interesting, and the fact that I had never heard it, I think, made it even more interesting to me.
Oh, the funny thing is you have not shared what the theme is yet.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's
Wow.
okay. The listener is listening
Okay.
along like, "Ooh, the suspense is
Okay.
killing me."
So yeah, the theme of the the theme of this episode is that the prediction of what we think will be in the other person's music library that we already have in our library, but we think this that the other person will actually like the song more. Does that
Yeah.
make sense?
Yeah, and it's very important because and I'll share when I'll share more, but yeah, I totally get it. You made a good theme, and then I picked poorly, but I'll tell you more when it gets to my
Oh my
time.
god, no way, but we'll get to that. So my prediction for your music library is based sort of on the Wise Blood and Drug Dealer and Sails Across the Sea.
Ooh.
All very tenuous connection, I know. But my pick is Sam Avion's Jacket from his 2024 album Plunge.
No matter where you've gone, it's never too late, dear, to say that you're the only one every day and night.
Did you have any experience with Avion?
No, and it was so funny that you picked it because it really is like on brand for like a type of genre or musician that I like. And that is why I was like, you are very insightful and like kind of thoughtful in a way that I admire. Like, I think you're just a very perceptive person. And that is fun to me because we do share like our Venn diagram. I don't think it overlaps a ton for music. But then when you hear something, you're like, oh, I think Christine would like that. Or, oh my God,
Mm.
doing it again. I think Christina would like this. I wonder if the listeners aren't confused about our names, then,
Yeah.
how am I? But yeah, it wasn't in my library. And I totally do see the Wise Blood and Drug Dealer connection. I feel like they must all run in similar circles, which is kind of cool. And it does kind of remind me of like, I don't know, again, like I'm a Laurel Canyon girly fan, like thinking about how like the Birds and Graham Parsons and Emmylou Harris were like
Yeah.
all kind of running in the same circles. I
Yeah.
was having a thought about this. We'll talk about Wise Blood another time,
Oh,
I'm sure, but like how fun to be a musician that is like friends with other musicians and like able to have that kind of overlap.
no, exactly. And it plays into Sam Avion's album Plunge. But no, I just love the 70s style, and it kind of just makes you want to like hang out poolside with a cigarette dangling from your lips.
I used to think it was a silly idea. I kept myself just within reach of every door.
The album's conception was actually a New Year's Eve 2022 bunch of friends. Most of them, I don't know who they are. I don't even know how to pronounce some of their names.
Okay,
But
well,
but Sam invited a bunch of them to his studio in the Catskills. And Sufjan, is it Sufjan Stevens?
Sufjan.
Sufjan Stevens, Liam Kazar, Sean Mullins, Phil Weinrobe, and Adrian Linker. Do any of those names mean anything to you?
I used to be a huge Sufjan Stevens fan. And it's not that I don't like him anymore. It's just that like when I was in college, I was listening to so much Sufjan
Okay.
Stevens that it was, yeah, just kind of a lot. I think I actually shared a Sufjan Stevens song in our game at one
Yes,
point.
yeah, yep.
Maybe we'll get to it.
Oh yeah, we will.
But yeah, I've heard of a few of these, but one of course stands out more. But that's crazy that they were all like that's how this came together.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh, let's like spend the next 10 days." Well, I don't know if he said that exactly, but he told Paste magazine the goal was to do something.
Hmm.
And that they did, and I think it was over a period of 10 days. And the album title, Plunge, actually comes partially, I don't know, I'm sure there's more to it than this, but he had been taking a lot of cold plunges to help with
Hmm.
his craving for alcohol. He stopped drinking. Also, it helped with depression. So there's a lot of that like sense of renewal, I think, in this album. But
Wow.
yeah, I really love Jacket. Do you now listen to that song? Is that in a rotation, or did I miss the mark a little bit?
Well, I will say it has not made its way into my rotation, not because it's not good or my style. I think it's so there are other songs that you've shared with me that like are so outside of my normal genre that like
Mhm.
then they become very like, oh, I don't know. Like sometimes do you ever hear a song that's like, whoa, it's not shocking, but it's exciting in a way. Like,
Yeah.
so there's a couple songs that you shared, like even the Las Grecas song, or there's another song that we haven't talked about yet, and I don't want to spoil it, but it was like so fun that those songs, I think the songs that are more foreign to my genre,
Hmm.
normal genre choices, are the ones that are really kind of weaving their way into my music library now, which is funny. I mean, I appreciate you sharing a song that's on brand for me, and then it's hilarious that I've like absorbed some of the songs that are so different than my
Yeah.
normal music taste. But that's what I like about our game. I think it's so funny that you mentioned like knowing each other's tastes and whatnot, because like segueing into my pick for you, I feel like I was being, well, maybe it was just too early on in the game because the more that we've played the game, and as I mentioned earlier, this has been going from April to December, and we really are true to our commitment every single week. I've learned so much about your taste in music because hilariously, Christine once told me when we were standing around in a group of people, like we were talking about our music taste, and she just goes, I like klezmer music, and walked away.
I don't even remember that moment. I was probably dissociating.
I hope so. I mean, it was so funny. It made me laugh out loud. I mean, it was just like, this is so peak Christine. But I'm really loving learning about your music tastes. But I did know that you love Spanish language music, and I do too. But the more I've gotten to know you and the more we've played this game, my pick and I don't remember what week this was. It was probably pretty early on. I want to say it was
Mm,
probably in like
yeah.
May or June. I realized my pick really wasn't a very good one. Now I
Hmm.
know that you love Spanish language music from Spain, and I am very much a Spanish language, like, kind of like I love reggaeton, I love Mexican music, I
Yeah.
love, like, Caribbean, like, that kinda style, tropipop.
Yeah.
And that's kind of that so that's what I picked. But,
No, but
yeah, you sway towards Spain Spanish.
I do, but I don't want to come across as a colonialist here.
Too late.
Um, but no, I think I do actually before. I feel like the past few years I've gotten more into Spanish, like from Spain,
Hmm.
because I've been going to Spain more frequently. I
Mhm.
got my Spanish nationality. I've been trying to listen to more content. I hate referring to music and podcasts and things like that as content, but I've been like watching a lot of things from Spain to help
Mhm.
with the Spanish accent. So actually I was listening more to like I love I used to salsa dance.
Mm, that's
I
true.
I love Argentinian music. I love cumbias. I love like I really do like a tropic I like salsa music. I love Cuban music. So this one definitely I feel like you ask anyone of like my friends who've known me for a long time that have been to parties, dinner parties where I like am making the playlists, like this would be classic CZP song as they would say. Like the elements are of course it's in another language,
Mhm.
usually French or Spanish. I think the longing like to me that is the one like more psychological characteristic that is in everything I love music, books, like art, that sense of longing. And this one definitely has that, both in the lyrics, I think, and the musicality. It's definitely got that whimsical, but also dreamy feel of kind of a whispered vocals. And I don't know, do you like, Sabina Shuba from the Brazilian Girls? I mean, now
Oh,
she's
yeah, yeah,
solo.
yeah, for sure.
So a little bit of that, like, not just like that, but that warm and cool, slightly whispered at the same
Yeah.
time. Like I really like that. And I felt like I was getting that from this song. So no,
Vale,
I love
pero
it.
hay que introducir la canción. Bueno, so the song choice, before we get too far ahead of ourselves, is No Me Quieres by Reina Tropical. Let's take a little listen.
Ay, no me digas que me quieres, que ya te vas, que
I think the fun part about this song is exactly what you were just saying. It's like a really beautiful, upbeat melody, and it's very sad lyrics. I mean, she's saying like "No me quieres." She says "soledad" over and over and over. Like it's so so lovely. But if you do sit and listen, it's kind of like, how are you having this like really upbeat background when the
Yeah.
song is sad? And the fun thing for me is like not being a native Spanish speaker. I can usually like a lot of times if I'm listening to Spanish music, unless I'm, like, very much paying attention to the music, I am like, "Oh, I can just jam out to the
Yep.
tune or whatever." But I think I started listening to this song, like, during COVID when I
Mm.
needed some intense, like, happy pick-me-up times, like, songs, so I don't remember when I discovered it, but it's from Reina Tropical's self-titled album that was released back in 2018. And the band was originally a duo, Fabi Reina and Nectali Diaz. I hope I'm saying their name correct. both born in Mexico but raised in the US, and it was super sad to find out Nectali passed away in 2022. But Fabi has continued on with the project, and she just released an album this year, which sounds very on brand for what you're just saying.
Yeah.
The album is called Malegria, which is like a play on words, mal
Yeah.
and alegria. But that, I mean, you totally nailed it when you were trying to guess like why I would have picked it, which is because like that is something I pick up on you and something you shared with me, like about how when you were a kid, you like loved, oh, maybe, I hope I'm getting
Hmm.
this right, but like when
Uh-oh.
you loved like very sad, like things like, and like kind of leaning into that sadness
Mhm.
and solitude, but still having the opportunity to have like a really nice melody and song.
Yeah. The
Um,
contradiction, I think in those situations, especially like the contradiction, and I think or the contrast, maybe not necessary. I do love contradictions, but the contrast of that
yeah.
is so lovely. And I will say has made it into a regular rotation
Oh,
and
nice.
has been on playlists for dinner party. Not that I'm
Oh,
having dinner
fun.
parties, but I have been so privileged to have friends ask me to do playlists
Nice.
for their dinner parties. So I'm,
I would ask you to put on the music if you
oh
came over for dinner. I would say, Christine, and not even go pick out an album from my record collection
yeah.
because I don't have enough that would probably be like a good choice. I would just say go put on your go-to Spotify playlist because you do have really good taste in music. But that makes me happy to know that it has worked its way into your rotation just because later, like probably maybe even a month after I picked this one, I was like,
Mm.
oh, that is so not on brand with Christine's music.
No, but that's funny you think that, but no, I think it is. I think it's maybe not as on brand in recent years, but I think
Mm.
probably more so like 5 years ago,
Hmm.
before like I started focusing so much on music from Spain.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense too. I didn't realize that Spanish music kind of seeking has to do more with like visiting Spain more often and
Yeah.
kind of working towards that. The
Yeah.
goal, right? Moving to
Yeah.
Spain one day.
Yeah, doing karaoke in a Spanish bar and like singing along to like one of those popular songs from like the 80s.
Oh,
That is
yeah.
another goal for me. My goals are simple and usually like music related in some way.
That's fun. No, I do hope that we can keep, even though we do pick themes each week and send each other songs, like if there's something that's like, ooh, this is Christine. There's actually one I've been sitting on for so long.
Mm.
And I don't want to share it now because I want it to be a surprise when I send it to you. But it would have been the perfect song. Actually, maybe I should,
Oh. Oh,
since it's on theme.
yeah.
But do you like Beirut, the band?
Yes. No, I know what one you're getting. Wait. It has accordion, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's very klezmer, it's very, like, intense, and I can't remember the name of this. Oh my god, maybe
Okay.
I need to pause while
Okay,
we're
yeah, let's
Oh,
actually
Prenzlauer Berg.
wait,
Do you know that
no.
one?
No, I don't know that one, but
It's such a hard left from what
Nantes is the
we're
one
talking
that
to right now.
so Nantes, I learned how to play a little bit of Nantes on the accordion. So,
Okay, I am sharing this with you as we speak. And Christine, when
oh
you
yeah.
listen to this later, you're gonna just I'm telling you, if you don't already know this song, this would have been my winning song
Okay.
for this theme. And not that we're competing, just that we are yeah, now I know you a little bit better.
No, I'm excited.
I love to
uh
leave folks on a cliffhanger. What a fun
I know, right? Okay.
episode.
So, Christina, you want to give us a hint for the 8th episode, proving that we will not fade into pod oblivion?
Yes, let us not fade into Oblivion and I don't think it was Pod Oblivion.
Oblivion,
I
podblivion.
wonder next week if people will be left speechless after our next episode. Eh?
I can't wait. Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Well, thanks for listening to Stereo Thematica. If you enjoyed what you heard, remember, we'll only get better.
Subscribe now on your favorite podcast platform and follow us on Instagram and Spotify, or visit stereothematica.blog for more fun.
And let us know if you have any predictions for what we might have in our respective libraries, if that makes any
Woo.
sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.